Party people, welcome to another video. Today's video, the topic is waterless washing, and I want to do kind of a comparison between ONR and the versatility of a very simple product line that, yes, I'm an investor of. So you might say, or you might just be thinking to yourself, okay, I'm already tapping out because here goes Darren yet again pushing his product line that he's got skin in the game. Well, just to be another voice of reason, any person that's on YouTube producing videos that has at least 1,000 subscribers and they hit that monetize button and you see ads display on their video, guess who's getting paid to do that video? So whether they're endorsing a specific product or they're just trying to produce a video to make money, guess what? That's what's going on. A bit of clarity there. What I want to illustrate is that the industry in large will want you to buy endless types of products, endless dedicated products. Now, Tom Horvath, the formulator of this company, he was a very frustrated body shop owner. He wanted to keep it ultra simple. There's 5 basic products that make up his product line. It's all about KISS, keep it simple. So while he has a very simple product line, his product line is very versatile, and that's one of the main objectives of this video, is to show you the versatility of his product line. So I thought I would bring on camera a very popular product, which is Optimum's No Rinse Wash and Wax, and it says with Carnauba. What Sean and I have done in previous videos is we have taken the Q-7 spray wax and we have made our own waterless wash product. Behind me is a dirty ass car. It's Sean, a Blue Tech mobile detailing's car. He has been kind enough to show up here with his dirty ass car. So we're going to do a side-by-side demonstration. Is this fair? You can debate that all day long, because in reality, very few of the bad stuff is able to be captured on video. So that's kind of the good news or bad news. Unfortunately, it's like this double standard. When it comes to things that we want to be seen, it has a hard time showing it. But then the things that we don't want to be seen, somehow it's almost like it magnifies it. So me, in the direct sunlight, I probably look like this really, really poorly aging white guy, and that's the part that I would rather you not see, but I really don't care. So when I do this test side, we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison. You're gonna be able to see that, wow, Darren, I can't really tell a difference. Well, guess what? Unless you're here in person, you probably couldn't tell a difference. You know why? Because there's very little difference to be told, which is part of the point, which is A, if you're using ONR and you love it, then run with it, stick with it. You don't need to change. Part of what I want to do is illustrate the versatility of this product line. It's super, super simple. Now, I know a simple product line does not make for good headlines. It means that I can't show you, or I can't show on social media, the endless products that I can collect along the way and then portray myself as like a true industry expert because I've got every product imaginable and I've tested them all and I've come to the conclusion that this is the best or this is the best. It's like, you know what? That's just a game and a charade I just don't want to be part of. So my point is not to convince you of one or the other. It's really just to do a demonstration of 2 things. One, a product that most of you are familiar with, and secondly, the versatility of a very simplistic product line. Now, if you've watched my videos for any length of time, you'll know that I'm all about profitability. Part of being overly profitable, if that's even possible, because who could be overly profitable, is keeping it simple. Efficiency, effectiveness, those are the types of things. So this is simple, it's effective, and it's very versatile. With that said, let me pull you in, show you the kind of dirt that we're dealing with, and Sean and I are going to help, hopefully, educate you guys along the way in this little comparison. Warning, warning, do not attempt this at home. What I have done is I have literally drawn into the dirt on the left, or my left over here, which would make it your right, ONR. This will be the side, wait for it, that we use ONR on. CSi. Over here to my right, which will make it to your left, is CSi. So that is the warning, is that you would never want to do this, but I had permission. In fact, Sean is the one like, dude, my car is already trashed. I just want it clean. I want to create a video. Go ahead and just draw it into the paint, even though we put it right up there in pen. But I thought, yeah, okay, Sean, if you're willing, but just don't do that. Don't go up to your friend's car and start drawing in the dirt. Also, what I want to illustrate is just how dirty the paint is, in fact, before I go into this little demonstration. Here I have my basic microfiber cloth. And I'm waiting for Ian of Autofiber to send me some more microfiber cloth so I can highlight his microfiber cloths, because they make a quality microfiber cloth. Here I have my CSi Waterless Wash diluted down. What I do is I fill this container, it's a 32-ounce container, up to this line with distilled water. I use distilled water because it's the purest water you're gonna find. Then I add 1 ounce. Now I'd like to convert that to metric because the rest of the world is ahead of the curve of the US of A. I don't know why we're still stuck on the standard unit of measurement, but it's 1 ounce, which is 2 tablespoons in case you are in America. So based on the level of dirt, based on the working conditions, we're working in direct sunlight, and that's intentional because I want to show you that yes, these products can in fact be used in direct sunlight. Now I happen to have privileged information to the chemistry of CSi, which is it's a true waterborne technology. Now if you understand what's called, I think, thermodynamics, that's one of the unique attributes of waterborne technology is that water becomes the insulator. It allows his polishes, and by his I mean Tom Horvath, the formulator of CSi, to be used in direct sunlight without worrying about overheating. It's also not made with the traditional heavy solvents that will actually soften up the paint prior to you polishing it. So this paint is pretty dirty, at least based on California standards. It's also very hot, so I want to make sure I spray it liberally enough. And I also want to wipe, not rub in, but wipe the dirt away. So I'm using enough pressure to be effective, but I'm not trying to polish the paint with the dirt. So there's my dirty side. Now I flip the cloth over and I simply buff it now to perfection. It's that simple. Now what we've accomplished is, one, it doesn't get much simpler than that. And I mean, you don't have to drive to a car wash, you don't have to wait in a silly line, you don't have to pay more money. I've got a product line that I can now finesse and tweak and use in many, many ways. I've just created a waterless wash product. So now I've got a clean surface that's not only clean, but it's got a level of protection on it in the form of carnauba wax, because this Q7 wax that I made this with has wax in it, which is why it's called wax. Here we have the ONR. Now Sean mixed this up per the manufacturer's directions. He was very precise in the way he mixed it so that we can, this is not one of those off-label uses like honestly, that's what I did with the CSi product. This, because it's meant to be used as a waterless wash product also, you can use it that way. So he mixed it based on the manufacturer's directions. And just to clarify, Sean did mix this with distilled water, which is what I used for the CSi product. So here I've got my basic microfiber cloth. Once again, I'm trying to wipe the dirt off. I'm not trying to grind the dirt in. Based on your working conditions, how much dirt there is, are you in direct sunlight, shaded surface, will determine how much product you have to use. Now, honestly, if I'm going to be really honest about it, the ONR is showing way more what's called wash scratch than the CSi product. And I know everyone out there that knows that I'm invested in CSi knows that I'm automatically going to say that, but truth be told, and I promise you it's not going to capture on the camera. You're just going to have to take my word for it. And by the way, this is not me trying to convince you to switch from ONR to CSi. I just want to illustrate the versatility and the ease of use. I'm actually going to reapply a second coat of this because it's just showing so much wash scratch. And I'm going to see if I can make it look better, and I just can't. I can actually still see where I scratched in the ONR on this hood. And I can still subtly see it over here, but not to the same degree. Let me pull in close up. I'm going to try to capture it from different lighting. Obviously, this hood is filled with all kinds of wash scratch, spider webbing. I mean, and I never know what's going to show up on video. Really, this is just, I don't know, to meet the demands of your guys' expectations. Like, hey, Darren, you got to pull us in so we can get a closer look of it. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. But look, but this is me now going to go into voice of reason. If you pull back from what I call normal viewing distances, which is how most people view their car, guess what looks really, really good and a lot cleaner? Yes, Sean's car. So regardless of which option you choose, let me add an additional voice of reason or critical thinking. Because, well, let me add this as a starting point. Every guy that I've shown this process to, because it's become increasingly popular. More and more guys embrace doing this method. But let's say 10 years ago, when I was finessing it with this product before it was available to the retail world, and it was new to the industry, every single guy I showed it to or talked about it without showing them. I simply talked about it and described how I do it. They go into freak out mode and be like, Darren, hell no, I ain't doing it. But then when I showed them, they're like, wow, okay, no more waiting at the car wash, no more spending money at the car wash. I can do this at home in my driveway. I get instant results. I already know my car has scratches on it. Of course, I don't want to introduce more scratches on it, but I can see with my own two eyes, like, wow, that is great. That is amazing. Every single person that I have shown this to, and they've seen it firsthand, regardless of the product that you use, has completely embraced it, and they never go back to traditional hose and bucket, never mind the 2-bucket car wash method. Now, is this for everyone? No, it's not. Is it for every situation? No, it's not. But I know for me in my world, when it comes to my daily driver, I completely embrace this technology. It's just a matter of how you want to go about it. And like everything else in life, you're going to tweak it and finesse it based on what you find acceptable or unacceptable. You might change your microfiber cloths. You may want to keep one dedicated for the initial wiping off of the dirt, a dedicated one for the buffing in. You will figure it out. I'm just trying to apply a voice of critical thinking. Secondly, look how easy that was. What I find so perplexing is that I will have this conversation with guys and they'll be like, oh, I would never take my car to anything but a hand car wash. And I'm looking at their car and I'm thinking, okay, dude, based on what I'm seeing, or okay, girl, woman, female, based on what I'm seeing, your car has not been washed in approximately 4 to 5 months. Do you think that there's any method in the world that's going to remove that amount of dirt without doing some damage to your car? No, there's not. That's just a simple answer. But yet here you are overly fixated on doing something that's super, super easy. You can do it in your own driveway. You can do it as often as you want. So now you get to drive a cleaner car more often than not because it's so simple. You walk out, you don't even have to get dressed up and put makeup on or do your hair or whatever. You walk out in your driveway, walk out in your garage, and you do it. You do it as often as you want. And now you get to enjoy a cleaner car more frequently rather than less frequently. Because all in the name of, oh, the safest method, but you're going to allow because life gets in the way, you don't have time, or that month was a tight month and you overspent your disposable income and you're like, oh, I don't want to spend $20 at the car wash. So you're going to kick that can down the road for 5-6 months at a time. And I just find it perplexing. It's like, okay, you do realize how this is kind of a contradiction. If you're so worried about the scratching at least get your car to the car wash once a week at a minimum. But now you don't, because you can use it at home by one of these really, really cool products. So I hope I've been a voice of reason. In conclusion, guys, leave your comments below. I want to know if I applied a voice of reason to you in your world. I want to know what the industry has taught you. I want to know if I've clarified certain things or applied some critical thinking that you did not think of, or that maybe you've observed before from a customer and you can share the rest of the viewers that experience. I want to know that. Leave those comments below. By all means, give it a thumbs up if you like what you see. Subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to get alerted every time I upload a video. With that said, I will see you on the next video.